we need to talk about Bournemouth. We mentioned them with Milos Kerkez, but come on, last 12 games unbeaten, Bournemouth. They beat Nottingham Forest the way they did. They beat Newcastle the way they did. They destroyed these two teams. Iraola, no one can beat him of the top managers. Spirit Sant, Guardiola, Ruben Amorim, Eddie Howe, they're all having problems. Maybe Maresca was the best one out of them, but still, everyone has Jesus against Bournemouth. So, how are we feeling here? Are Bournemouth going to finish top 4, man? That's a really bold prediction.
Ooh, I don't know. Top 4. That's tough. That's tough. There's a lot of good teams still in the mix for that, but a European spot is definitely on the cards. They can do it. I think Iraola is a brilliant manager. Wow, what a signing he was by now Liverpool sporting director Richard Hughes. And by the way, shout out to Richard Hughes because he hired Arne Slot at Liverpool, hired Iraola at Bournemouth, and if you're looking at the last sort of couple of years, they were the two best hirings when it comes to Premier League managers. So maybe he hasn't got the contracts done at Liverpool, he hasn't got signings, but he knows how to pick a manager at least. So shout out to him. And shout out to him for building this Bournemouth team as well.
True.
Like, he's brought in a lot of these players. I like Justin Kluivert finally living up to that name, at the moment. I think Semenyo has been really good. Huijsen, who you mentioned, what a defender. Brilliant player. Obviously, Kerkez and Zabani at the back as well. Like, so many good players in this team. And it's no surprise that they're doing as well as they are.
1 point from Manchester City. Very interesting in the Premier League. And you mentioned Zabarni. Dean Huijsen and Zabarni, when they're together, they haven't lost a match in the Premier League in their last 10 matches. And that duo, the stats don't lie, they're the team with less goals conceded in the meantime when they play this duo. So this young duo plus Kerkez on the right. Oh boy, they're playing great football. And Justin Kluivert's insane. Like, I see people in the fantasy. There was one man in my league in the fantasy that put him captain. I was like, how did you predict this, mate? With 3 goals and 1 assist. I was insane. So Kluivert, now every fantasy Premier League manager is putting Kluivert for the right reasons because he's playing extraordinary football. And Semenyo, I said, obviously, Barcola being a dream for Arsenal, Semenyo is already good enough to go to Arsenal and to score those goals, okay? We saw Solanke going to Tottenham and doing a good job. Semenyo, I believe, would have a good impact also going to Arsenal. And you can feel it, mate. They're just all these players are gonna be leaving. Bournemouth, live the moment, Bournemouth fans, because I think
but they're gonna be making
leave.
a lot of money as well.
Exactly.
And then they can hopefully invest it into more young talent. And I think we're already seeing that because they got Julio Soler to replace Kerkez. I think that's a great move. They also brought in Kinboni from the United States, from DC United, the centre back. I think that could be a potentially good move in the future, but they're making good investment even in this window. They're preparing for the future, which I like. There is a plan there. They know we're going to make a lot of money and we're going to have to sell players, but they have a plan in place to replace them, and hopefully it works out well for them.
The new Brighton Bournemouth currently. And I love how you say Julius Soler, a left back that you should know that in South America, he's doing great games. Very well stated, mate.